Hello, and welcome to Starcraft 2, also known as the best game in the universe. It is, wow, that didn't work. Whatever. Hi, I'm Squall. Occasionally I screw up my intros, and sometimes I restart, but you know what? Not today. So, our hero for this particular video is Robogunner. He is a member of vVv Gaming, even though he doesn't have the V's in front of his name. Could be he's already used up his free name change, and dLnutrage, or dLnutrage, showing that indeed he is a rage-filled person, throwing some hurtful words in Robogunner's direction. And, well, I hope Robogunner beats the crap out of him for that. Yes. So, yeah, and also, oh yes, and Robogunner is in the Diamond League, as I do generally like to introduce who the players are, where they are at, and, yeah. So, gonna have a PVZ dLnutrage. Looks like he's gearing up for a, quick expand, in all likelihood. That would be my guess. Either that or just a 14 pool. Let's have to see. Throwing down even another drone. Yeah, 15 hatch sounds about right. Robogunner, of course, going for a Forge, Fast, Expand. Pretty much the most ordinary thing in all of existence. Wow, looks like dLnutrage really wanted to kill that probe. And, yep, he has killed a single worker. Good for you, dLnutrage. I actually have to wonder how much he lost in mining just by pulling all of his drones to kill that one probe. Because though we didn't see it, I saw all of them going back to the mineral patches. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I understand where he's coming from. It can feel very satisfying to take down an enemy worker, but I'm pretty sure the 2 or 3 seconds of them all going off and attacking is about 15 minerals of lost mine time, at least. But in any case, he's got his expansion going. He's got his spawning pool going. And Robogunner, he's going to have his Nexus going. And this wall off so far, I'm pretty sure there's a hole right here. I could be wrong on that. I wish there were a way to bring up the building grid thing that you see when you try to put down a Nexus. Like, there's kind of like a hex system that shows up. Oh, you know what? Maybe he's just trying to wall across this way rather than walling in with his Nexus. Okay. It's a slightly longer way to wall, but it does provide kind of better protection for your probes here. If you wall in here and you've got a cannon tucked in here, Zealots can still swing around and potentially be annoying to, not Zealots, Zerglings can swing around, be annoying to the probes. dLnutrage taking a very quick third. That felt way faster than normal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure usually a Zerg waits a little bit longer than that. That said, my metagame is nowhere near being Artosis level. Speaking of, I've been watching GSL Season 4. The first GSL I've ever bought a ticket for. I'm very excited. And I have to say, I love Tastosis. Artosis and Tasteless. Tastosis refers to the two of them casting together, as they often do. They are amazing casters. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go find some videos of them, because they are hilarious. They are very insightful. If I can ever have my analysis be kind of like, say, 70% as good as Artosis's, I will feel like I have accomplished something epic in my life. I mean, Artosis is watching these games, right? And, you know, there's some stuff going on. The Protoss player is going up to, like, Twilight Council, and Tastos goes to him, could he go Dark Tempo from here? And Artosis is just like, no. Like, it's not like he's like, I don't think so. He's like, no. There's no way he would do it out of this. He just understands the game so well that he can make such accurate predictions, you know, where, yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm enjoying it. In any case, dLnutrage starting to take his gases, one at the main, one at the natural. A little bit interesting. Usually you see both a Zerg take both at his main. A little bit oversaturated here, actually. Could definitely stand to move some of those drones down to his natural. But then again, once this is up, that'll thin it out just a little bit. Robogunner. He's got his Forge, Fast, Expand all set up nice and tidy-like. Overlord here. ready to roll on in and sacrifice its life for the swarm. But so far, Robogunner doesn't really have anything too out of the ordinary. He is getting +1, so we might see him try to do a bit of a timing push with when +1 finishes. Although that doesn't seem too likely at this point, seeing as, well, Warp Gate isn't even done yet. That's actually at a really, really fast +1. Huh, is he going to make a Twilight? Maybe not. In any case, checking on the third, making sure there's no Zerglings hanging out there, being annoying. And we got a Roach Warren coming from dLnutrage. Looks like he's throwing down a macro hatch. Yes, indeed. Oh, that's a Roach Warren. He's making a... Oh, that's a layer morphing. My bad. I just looked at the icon, I'm like, oh, it looks like a hatchery. Obviously, he's making a macro hatch. No, no, it's a lair. Apparently, I need to learn my Starcraft 2 icon before I can cast properly. Anyways. Robo with a decent number of zealots here. Not sure what he's wanting to do with these. I mean, dLnutrage will have access to roaches in the very near future. And as you may or may not know, zealots are not the greatest against roaches, because roaches have range and zealots don't. Now that said, if a zealot gets into a one-on-one fight with a roach and the roach doesn't, like, kite, the zealot will kill it. But most players know how to, kind of move their roaches backwards and stutter step shoot. But looks like he's going for it. Might try to snipe a queen. That would certainly be beneficial. dLnutrage running the queen away. Gonna start losing some drones here, though. How do you feel about that, dLnutrage? Are you raging over the loss of your drones? Are you gonna call Robogunner a noob for executing an attack that's doing more than 0 damage? Nice transfuse goes down. dLnutrage continue to kite. Oh, the queen getting so low. Oh, does lose a single queen. Take a look at those resources lost, more or less even. Taking out the queen is, of course, very beneficial. And he did take out how many drones did he get? Looks like he got 6. So, yeah. And, oh, very nice. He used that time, used that sacrifice to get this expansion up here. Starting to get that enormous gateway swell going on. And the base is pretty secure for the time being. Getting +1 armor now, and oh, now he does have a Twilight, getting Blink, and oh, looks like it's going to be a, maybe a bit of Blink action with the Observer. Oh, this map isn't good for Blink. I was thinking, oh, an Observer will just go by the cliff line, he'll blink up, but you can't blink across that, it's too big. I mean, that said, Blink is good in general no matter what, but it's not an attack. Or it's not a map where you can get an observer in a really awesome position and then blink up into the main. It's just, I mean, maybe you could do it from here up to here, but it'd be really awkward, right? Not the greatest map for a blink stalker attack using an observer to kind of bypass defenses. So Robo, getting some decent mining going on here. Got 2 assimilators. How very fantastic. As a stalker here, looks like he's a little bit ADD, wants to get out. He's on move, he's got a move command on him. He wants to move. He really, there you go. Oh, that must have been the biggest relief. I just really want to get here. Come on. Oh boy. And Robogunner getting +2 weapons up. Very fantastic. Did dLnutrage have any upgrades? No. He's getting 1/1 for Zerglings. But that's kind of an odd choice, seeing as he has, well, 25 roaches, only 2 Zerglings. So only about 2%, 3 or 4% of his armor will actually benefit from that. Now that could be more of a long-term play. These roaches could be just to give him, mid-game beefiness, and then later in the game he transitions more into, say, like Ling Infester, as Lings tend to be a bit more viable in the late game with that adrenal glands upgrade. But it's a little bit weird to move out and attack with completely unupgraded roaches. Well, except for the +1 armor. But looks like he's going to go in here, but I don't know what you're going to be able to do against that. That's just a little bit too much in the way of defenses. Going to swing around here. And oh, force fields. Very nice. Going to lose a single sentry. Bit unfortunate, but does prevent the Zerglings from getting up and murdering everything. dLnutrage has quite a few roaches, so he's just going to knock down that wall there. And looks like Robogunner's like, well, the wall of the third worked, so I'll make a wall here too. And that's actually pretty good thinking on his part. If the Zerglings try to come in, that's not going to be a lot of surface area that needs to be force field. But there we go. Some force fields going down, locking out a lot of units. The Roaches blasting down the building gateways. Force fields do go down in time, though. And the Roaches are forced to fall back. Robogunner trading quite efficiently thus far. Got more units streaming out across the map. dLnutrage just continuing to make a lot of Roaches, even though he's getting melee upgrades. Just feels so weird to me, but yeah. Oh, and making a Spire, interesting. So, okay, Mutiling works too. I mean, that's kind of an older school style, but it still works, no question. Robogunner will have his first Colossi pretty soon. Or, excuse me, making that his third Colossi. Thermal Lancers are not done yet, so those Colossi are vulnerable. Good force fields go down. The Roach is trying to push in that Photon Cannon, buffering a lot of damage. Definitely paid for itself. And dLnutrage just not having success in breaking that line. So for the moment, gonna fall back home. Has this base going up here. Should really think about taking this one too, and maybe even this one. I mean, he's got a lot of minerals, you know, and I mean, while that's not exactly the ideal and most pro way to burn off having way too many minerals, if you've got this many minerals, you may as well just expand a bunch more. You know, I mean, extra hatcheries is not a waste for Zerg. You get more larvae, you have more ability to repopulate your army quickly if need be, and you can eventually populate them with drones, you know, as, say, this base runs dry, which it will very, very soon. Things of that nature. And it looks like we got an Ultralisk Cavern coming up, so that's what all those melee upgrades have been working towards. Very fantastic. And we got 3-3 on the way for melee units. Robogunner, on the other hand, has 4 Colossi. That's definitely getting to scary level numbers, but that said, dLnutrage is making some Corruptors. Doesn't have any out yet. Is making 5 right now. So not quite enough to just straight up one-shot everything, but that'll definitely deter Robogunner just a little bit. For the moment, though, he's content to play the macro game. He's going to take another base. A very fantastic dLnutrage with a little bit of an Overlord party here. Just hanging out. What's in there? There's like Protoss suspended in these stasis tubes. Huh. Elements of the map that you never notice because you're too busy trying to play and not die. Anyway, Robogunner moving out of that queen. Didn't stand a chance. Got a warp prism so for forward reinforcements, and oh no, the Colossi getting flanked. Some force fields do manage to save them, but 2 do go down, and oh, just not a good engagement on Robogunner's part. That said, though, he is cleaning up his army very efficiently, and dLnutrage, wow, way down supply, really struggling to repopulate his army. And while Robogunner has lost all of his Colossi, when you're up by like 40-some supply, not having Colossi is not your largest concern. In fact, yeah, an Ultra comes out, and don't worry, I'm huge, I'm scary, I'll save the day, but dies in 2 shots. Not the greatest result ever. dLnutrage is repopulating with a lot of Zerglings, though, and Zerglings can be good against Stalkers, unless there's force fields in the way. And Robogunner not using the blink on those Stalkers, definitely a bit of an error, but I think I can excuse him that mistake because this is a pretty big battle. That said, though, dLnutrage is not regrouping his army correctly. He's sending things in one at a time, piecemeal, and as a result, they're just kind of all slowly dying, as opposed to being a big hammer fist. So, lesson, if you're Zerg, don't do this. That one Ultra that came in, the 2 Zerglings, that's a complete waste. Sacrifice the base, regroup and rally everything here, and once you've got a big force, then go in. And dLnutrage, as expected, leaves without a GG, because he is filled with rage. So yes, the moral of the story is indeed, don't do this. Yeah. Don't be bad manner, people. Be nice. Be a chill fellow. Be happy. Be enthusiastic to play with your other human beings, because you know what? Fighting in StarCraft 2 is a lot better than fighting in real life. Because if you fight in real life, you get bruises, and you might break some bones. Or, you know, get sucker punched in the back of the head, and then you die from a brain hemorrhage. You know, so let's just fight in StarCraft 2 and be happy about that. I don't know why I went into that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the game. See you later.